Sunday, May 11th, 2025. I'm Larissa. My fat girl diary. Time has come to drink from skulls. Yeah. So here we are. Drinking from skulls. Oh my God. Yeah. So, my yard looks fantastic. Oh my God, we had some work done. Some very, very, very much needed grounds work done. Yeah, we did. Guys did a really nice job. I mean, everything. It looks like a park, right? I just wish we could do more, right? Like, the guys are so good. They are. I think of them as my guys. They're my guys. The guys at Mia Bella. I love them. I do. They're fantastic. I love the guys at Mia Bella. I love making them lunch. I love giving them some beer. I do. I do. And they do such nice work. They do such good work. Yeah. 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 I do. Yeah, they're teaching them one of the new young guys how to climb. I told him, okay, next time you guys come out, we will do some limbing and stuff, because there's limbing that needs done on like the edge of, we've been here now 7 years, and it has taken, with our budget, it has taken it has taken 7 years to clear 4 acres, and then there's maintenance that needs to happen to regularly to keep that 4 acres, but we've worked out 4 acres, so we have a total of 12 and a half acres. So at that rate, it is going to take us another 14 years to get the rest of the property in in line, right? Like, at that rate. I don't know. Anyway, so we just need to keep expanding how far out the work gets done each time. So, I also found that there's a spot out there. It's not on our property. So PG&E or David Tree calls us like every couple months, and they're like, "Hi, PG&E has this coming out. There's a tree on your property that I'm like, "No, the tree is not on my property. No, I cannot give you permission to cut it. It's not my tree. You just wish it were on my property." I said, "Look at my property. If it were on my property, it would already be taken care of." Right? They just want it to be on my property. So our property line is the creek bed, right? And so the other shore of the creek bed, right, is a fucking mess, and that's where the power lines are. And so I don't walk up that end of the street because there's no reason for me to go up there. We just had all this work done, so I went out, walked up the street to take a picture from the street of how nice the yard looks, right? Like, how nice the work is done. It looks like a park. It looks like a fucking park. It looks so good. Fire safety, yeah. Habitat rehabilitation, yeah. Like, serious work. It looks so good. And I get out there, and I'm like, oh, I see. This is the tree that they're calling about all the fucking time. It is terrifying. So it's a bundle of suckers that have come up off of a redwood. It's a big old redwood, right? And the power lines are starting, like, the bark of the tree is starting to close around the power lines, right? And there's like all these branches that are wedged in between the power line and the tree. Like, it's the tree needs to come down. Like, the whole tree needs to come down is what needs to happen right there. And if it were on my property, it would have been done 5 years ago, 7 years ago, right? Like, it needs to happen. So I took pictures, and I'm gonna have to find out. Have to go down to the county and look at the parcel map and figure out who the fuck owns that parcel that's directly across from me and write them a fucking letter that says you are trying to burn the street down. Let Davy Tree and PG&E take down that fucking tree, you piece of shit old woman, because I think it's the old woman that owns that land over there. Oh my God. It needs to come down. Anyway, they were teaching a new kid how to climb, and he was over there on that, because I hadn't looked over on that side, from that side yet. I can only see from this side. I'm like, oh, that tree is threatening the lines, but I didn't realize it was like that bad, right? Because I was only looking at it from over here. The kid's like climbing up one of the little trees, and he's like all scared and everything, and he came back down. You know, he got some of the ivy off, but he was nervous, and the guys came back over, and he was upset, and he was like taking off his gear and everything. And I went over, I said, it's okay, we'll work on the trees on my property, because I said to them, I said, that tree's not on my property. I said, but it's threatening my property, and it needs to be taken care of. And they're like, okay. So they went over to look at it, because the guys are good guys, right? But he's like, no, we can't do that, because the kid was scared. And of course the kid was fucking scared. That power line needs to be turned off in order for them to do that. That tree needs to come down. It needs to fucking come down. So anyway, oh my God. Oh, I have cramps. I started bleeding this morning. Yuck. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, it's, all the stuff, like, I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Pope already, the new Pope already. It's like, okay, whatever. Just let him be Pope. Let him be Pope and do Popey things. I'm done with all the fanfare and the hullabaloo, and I'm sure he is too, right? Like, fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'm glad he's American and everything. I just, you know. We will see. I mean, Pope is Pope, right? We will see. Um, Something that I saw this morning that I was like, whoa, that's interesting. So I guess in Washington, the governor of Washington has signed into law that that priests supposed to break the seal of confession in the case of child abuse. Well, I have a few thoughts on this. Among Catholics, do I think the rate of child abuse in homes is any higher than it is in any other denomination or household? No. I think the rate of child abuse is the same among all human beings. I think it is something that happens. I think it's something that it's a horrible thing that human beings do, regardless of what their background is. Child abuse within the church. It's horrible when you hear about priests or religious people abusing children. It really, really is. But the reality is they spend a lot more time abusing women, and not just sexually, or not in the same kind of way, but in oppression and in destroying their lives and in coercive control. And I was abused in the sacrament of confession by priests. And what do I mean by that? So a priest is not supposed to breach the confidentiality of confession for any reason in any way. And I used to go to confession every week when I was cantering masses, right? And I did that not because I was looking for somebody to chat with, like Father Jim tried to tell me. That's when I quit going in, was when he says, I think you just want somebody to talk to. That's what he said to me. I was going to confession so that I would be appropriately prepared to assist in the celebration of Mass, because that is what the cantor does. The cantor delivers part of the liturgy, right? So that's why I was going to confession, because I was doing that, right? Yeah. Yes, that's why. And The abuse came when all of the priests, when I'd go in for my confession in the morning, would then use my confession during the week. This was during the week, not the Sunday homily that is prepared, right? But during the week, right? So like the priest prepares his homily, which is his synopsis or conclusion after the readings, right? On Sunday, it's like it's a big deal. Sometimes you'll see guys will even have notes or whatever that they'll carry, right, with them because they prepare it because it's for like the masses, the mass for the masses, right? But during the week there aren't as many people to come in, and so the guy that celebrates at whatever the place is might not spend as much time prepping for his fucking homily. So I'd go in for mass during the week. I didn't go to communion every time. I go to communion on the weekends. I didn't go to communion during the week or whatever. But I when I was there, I'd do my confession to be prepared to do participate in liturgy on the weekend, and then I would sing the parts of the mass that the priest you know needed support on when I was there for mass. And when I'd go in for confession, then the priest would use my confession for his fucking homily. Yeah. It was really, really offensive and humiliating. And so I finally quit going because of it. Because it was constant humiliation. And I had told the priest, I had told Father Jim, and I had told Father Saka, Ray, I had told them both that I had wanted to be, I explained to them what had happened to me, that I had wanted to be a priest. And that's what, that when I was in high school, when they offered me convent, and they said that it was a priest, it was a priest that came over, made a trip over when I was in that hospital as a teen. There was a priest that came over. He was from the Vatican, specifically to see me, to ask me if I wanted to join, because they offered to send me to convent for school, for study. I was 13, and they were offering to send me anywhere in the world. He said to me, he says, where in the world would you like to go? He says, what country would you like to go to? He says, we will send you to wherever you want. He said, you can study whatever you want. He said, you can do whatever work you want to do, and the church will support you. That's what I was offered. And I turned it down because I told him I didn't want to be a nun. I wanted to be a priest. Really, really hurtful. I explained this to those priests at that church, and then they humiliated me through the sacrament of confession. So now here's this governor that's trying to pass law now, dictating sacrament, right? And I'm supposed to feel bad? Oh, it is a very disturbing thing. It really, really is. And it's sick that they're doing this under the auspice of child abuse, because I have to question how many people are actually going in to confession and confessing child abuse. Right? Majority of people who abuse children don't even think they're being abusive. This is a circumvention of a religious institution, right? The institution of confession, right? Which comes down to core belief. It's an attack on religious freedom. So like I was listening to this priest talk about this morning, it's like it's an attack on religious freedom. Like, yes, it is. But that's not what anybody who isn't Catholic is going to hear. I think the Orthodox might understand it, or no, the Orthodox will understand it and will be like, oh my God. Catholics will definitely understand it, but other people won't. They won't understand that. Right? It is. This isn't that's a horrific attack upon religious freedom. It really, 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 really is. And it is not going to do anything to help or save children. No, it's not. Because, like I said, I think it's a very, very rare individual who is going into confession, confessing to being a child abuser. Right? It doesn't fit the psychology of a child abuser. And, oh my God. And at the same time, I'm like, fuck you guys. You guys humiliated me through the sacrament of confession, and now you're going to be upset because the state is coming after it? Right? I'm supposed to feel bad? I feel concerned for the freedom of all Americans, but I don't feel bad for the fucking Catholics. Least of all for the fucking priests, dude. Why? What is it? You're being offered an opportunity to martyr yourselves to the cause, right? Like, just because a law is passed like that doesn't mean that you are obliged to follow it. No, that is what right of conscience is about. That's what your vows are fucking about. You took vows. So you're going to have to go to prison. Boo fucking who? Boo fucking who? Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. That's the way I feel about it. Will I ever go back to confession for anything? No, I won't. My conscience is clear. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of like the way I feel about Donald Trump going after Harvard, right? Like, it's horrible that he's gone after education at all, right? But who the fuck cares about Harvard? Right? After what they did with Beyonce, disgusting. Let their fucking rich bitch alumni pay for them. Why am I giving them? Why are they getting any of my tax dollars anyway? That's the way I feel about that. Why are they getting any of my tax dollars anyway? Anyway. Anyway. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Made a really delicious salad last night. Dinner was really good. Yeah. So for breakfast, I made toad and hole. For breakfast, I made toad in a hole. You know, you punch a little hole in your piece of bread and you fry your egg inside of your bread, right? Had toad in a hole with spinach and tomatoes. Yeah, with sauteed spinach and some tomatoes. That's what we had for breakfast. And then we went out for lunch, tried a new restaurant. It was okay, it was good. And then for dinner, I made this arugula salad with macerated strawberries. So I had these, I have green onion, chopped those up, and parsley, and I chopped that up. And I picked some fresh oregano out of the yard, chopped that up, and fresh garlic, chopped that up, and I some strawberries, and I chopped those up, right? And I whisked together like 2 tablespoons of jam and some salt and some balsamic vinegar and a little bit of olive oil and some lime juice. I think I used fresh lemon juice. I whisked that all together. And then I poured it over the strawberries that were all tossed with all the chopped up herbs and garlic and the green onion. And you kind of mash them a little bit, right? Start to break them, right? And then you let that sit and marinate. And it really like magnifies the flavor of the strawberries. And then the salt with the balsamic vinegar. Oh, it's so good. So good. Really is. Oh, mint. I put some dried mint in there. And the mint is from Palestine, and the olive oil I used is from Palestine. Yeah. I went to, last time we were in Oakland, I went to Oasis Market and I bought the Palestinian olive oil. I did. I bought the Palestinian herbs. I did. I bought them because they had all their products marked product of Palestine. I'm like, I will buy your products of Palestine. And the olive oil is, Palestinian olive oil is the best olive oil. It really is. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so good. It is. It's the best. It's delicious. It's amazing. Yeah. There is no better olive oil. No. That is what olive oil is supposed to taste like. It is still, oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, it was a salad. Oh, and I put some sunflower seeds in there. So the sunflower seeds with the arugula greens were of complete protein. The salad was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. And then, then I made some pasta. I made some springs. And so I just boiled the springs, right? Boiled the springs in stock. Yeah. And then in my wok, I put some of that Palestinian olive oil and a whole mess of garlic and black pepper. And I sauteed that a little bit until the garlic was sweet. And then I zested 2 lemons. Remember, I used that lemon juice. A little bit of the lemon juice went into the salad, and then the rest of the lemon juice went in with his pasta. So I chopped up parsley, and I chopped up oregano, and I chopped up the green onion, right? And mixed that all together. And then I zested 2 lemons, mixed that in with it. And then that went, I put the springs into the olive oil with the garlic. And then I put all the fresh herbs in over top of that, tossed it all together. The juice of the lemon, the rest of the juice of the lemons, put that in there. So it was like a lemon, garlic, herb noodles, right? Yeah. And then I poured some Parmesan cheese in that, and I tossed it all together. It was like ultimate butter noodles with no butter. Oh my God, it was so good. With that salad. Good dinner. It was. Really good. Yeah. Anyway. I guess I'll post this publicly. Yes, I will. Oh my God. And I don't understand why in my media feed there's like all this. Stop telling me anything about Meghan Markle. Like, Fiska to her and hers. She is so repugnant. She is so repugnant, and there's not a goddamn thing that she does that is worthy of taking up time in my eyeballs. Like, I don't want to see her. I don't want to hear her voice. Like, she is, oh gosh, whatever this like new interview that they're all, everybody's talking about now, or people are talking about, which I guess for her and her narcissism, you know, talking about anything in any way is like, oh my God, people are paying attention to me. It's like, no, we're being force fed you, right? We're being force fed you. Gross. You don't even have any health benefits like castor oil does, right? Like, ugh. There's no benefit. There's no benefit to this shit. This is like being force-fed antifreeze. Oh my God. And she's like, oh, there's no makeup. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck cares? I never wear makeup. Right? Like, I used to wear makeup on stage, right? And I don't even bother putting on any tinted moisturizer anymore. Who the hell cares? Now this is supposed to make you relatable because you're not wearing makeup? No. I don't give a shit about you. Poor little princess. Oh, I have so much money. I grew up rich. I come from a rich family. Oh, poor little me. No. Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about you, Meghan Markle. Nobody does. Nobody does. I don't give a shit about you. Just shut up. You do nothing. You are doing nothing. Nothing that you are putting out there in the world that I see is of any consequence to anybody for anything. You are not putting anything that anybody needs out there. You have nothing interesting to talk about. You have nothing interesting that you're doing. There's nothing special about any of your shit. Stay home, take care of your family. That would be amazing. Fire your nannies. Fire your nannies. Live on a budget and shut up. How about that? How about that? That would be awesome.